So you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville, Florida, but you're really interested in Nocatee, Florida, and you're kind of interested in what's the pros and cons of that area. Well, you're in luck, because today we're going to cover those. We're going to go through the yin and yang, the good and bad, the pros and cons of Nocatee, and you're going to want to stick around to the end because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in the Jacksonville, Florida area, or places like the area we're covering today, Nocatee, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market conditions here in Jacksonville. My name's Jay White and I'm a local real estate agent, and we get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you that are looking for help moving to this area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to Jacksonville, or like I said, Nocatee. So today we're going to cover the pros and cons of Nocatee, Florida. Fantastic planned community. It's not just a community, it's a lifestyle, and we're going to get started right now. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in the Nocatee community here in Ponte Vedra. I'm right in front of the Splash Water Park here. It's closed for the winter. Like I said before, it's open on the weekends. In my other video, my map video, wanted to let you know that there are other parks which are nearby, which is the Spray Park. There's a swim club just across the street with a heated pool. But anyway, let's get started with the pros and cons. So number one, it's very children and grandchildren and youth friendly. There's tons of activities in here for children to do. Like I said, there's all of the parks, plus tennis courts, pickleball courts, there's soccer, there's dog parks, there's walking trails, running trails. If you let your kids drive golf carts, of course, you know, that's up to you parents. But there's traffic signals for the golf carts. It's just totally set up. There's activities that happen if not daily, weekly. It's on the Nocatee. There's a Nocatee cable channel, there's a Nocatee radio station, and there's a Nocatee app. So between all of that, you can definitely get connected with tons of the activities for your kids, plus everything that's going on during the holidays. They actually decorate the Splash Park for Christmas time with amazing lights. You should check it out. At nighttime, of course, during Christmas, is totally amazing. They have Halloween events. It's just, they even have a dog park parade for dogs. It's fantastic setup for kids. It's awesome. Okay, here's pro number two, which is proximity to water. It's not literally on the water, although you can buy properties that are on the water in here, you know, off the intercoastal. Most of the areas in here are not going to be right on the water itself, but nearby water. So if you like water activities, you're 8 miles from Michler Landing, which is Ponte Vedra Beach, very close by. You know, not even a 15-minute car ride to the beach. The Intracoastal Waterway is 10 minutes away. There's boat ramps, kayak launch ramps, and then if you want to go to the west, you've got the St. Johns River, which is about 15 minutes to the west from here. And of course you got fresh water over there, plenty of fishing, boat ramps again, so if you want to go water skiing, you can definitely do that. But you know, if you like water, plus I already mentioned the pools and the splash parks and the spray parks, it's all about water. You don't need to be worried about flooding in here. There are some properties which will have, you know, a rating, but you can definitely talk to the builders about that, and you can definitely get insurance to cover them. That's not a problem. Tons of people are buying in here, and to my knowledge, nobody has had any issues whatsoever with flooding in Nocatee. It's really set up incredibly well and engineered well to handle stormwater runoff. It's amazing. Okay, here's another pro, which is going to be available housing options. There are apartments, of course, in here that you can rent if you want to rent. But there's single-family homes, there's townhomes, carriage homes, you know, those share a common wall between them, of course. You can build, you know, estate-size homes in here. If you want to, you can also live in 55 plus, sorry. 55 plus communities are in here as well. You know, as people advance in age, They also have assisted living nearby, memory care, all of that. So there's tons of housing options available for all the ranges and scopes of choices here in Nocatee. Okay, here's another pro. People in here are friendly and it's easy to make friends. Lots of people have relocated to this area, and of course the way you get friends is to make friends and be friendly. People, like I say, have a sense of community and safety and camaraderie in here. They enjoy doing activities together, and there's all types of sports that you can do together, all types of recreation, and yeah, it's a great friendly community, easy to meet folks, lots of folks relocating here. It's great. Here's another pro, of course, which is a lot of restaurants nearby, and there is shopping nearby. There's a smoke restaurant, First Watch, the Loop, M-Shack, Trailer Park. There's Mexican restaurants. You really don't have to leave this area if you want options, different options as far as dining. If you do, elect to go nearby, all you got to do is drop across the Intercoastal Waterway over into Ponte Vedra Beach. Tons of options over there as well. And for as far as the shopping goes, you will have to do a little bit of driving to get to a hardware store like Ace Hardware. That'll be over on US 1. Home Depot, there's a choice of those in Jacksonville Beach to the north, and also at Durbin Pavilion over in St. John's. So those are about the only things you're going to end up driving to, or be like hardware stores, that type of thing. If you want a larger clothing store, you'll want to go to the town center in Jacksonville, or go to the beaches, Jacksonville Beach, that type of thing. But restaurants, shopping, dining, they have it all here in Nocatee. Very convenient. Okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Another pro in Nocatee is it's a golf cart community. It's definitely set up for golf carts. Carts are king in here. They have wooden trail, paths designed for carts, just like a golf course, except being on a golf course, you can go throughout Nocatee. They literally have traffic signals for golf carts. There's parking set aside for golf carts. The Greenwise Publix, if you have an electric vehicle other than a golf cart, larger than a golf cart, or a Tesla, electric, any of that kind of stuff, you can charge those up over at the Greenwise Publix. I mean, this place is set up for golf carts, electric vehicles. It's the way to go in here. Definitely want to get you one if you're moving to Nocatee. Okay, I wanted to add one more thing about the beaches accesses. If you wanted to scale up or upgrade and get a beach club membership, private beach club membership, those are available at a discount to Nocatee residents. You can join the Serenata Beach Club or the Ponte Vedra Lodge and Club. Definitely, you want to look those up online, of course, to find out more about those. But those are some amazing private beach clubs, with dining, all types of options, cocktails, events, parking, of course, their own private chairs, umbrellas, all that stuff. You understand, right? It's a great way to go, right? If you can do it. But yeah, it is available. All right, and last but not least on this pro is going to be the A-rated schools. There's 3 amazing K through 8 public St. Johns County schools in this community. There's also access to 2 separate high schools. You don't have to worry about the quality of the schools, because you can go online. You can go to greatschools.org, niche.com, or you can go to the St. Johns County School Board. Look up the schools and their ratings. People move here for the schools. I understand why. And if you live in Nocatee, you definitely have some fantastic choices of public schools for your children. Okay, so we're going to move on to the cons. There aren't that many of those, but I did want to cover some of those. I did interview some customers that have purchased in Nocatee and lived here for a while. So some of these may not seem, ones that you might think of. Maybe so, maybe not. But here's number 1. Although infrequent, occasionally HOAs will change their rules. And one of my customers, he's a grandfather with grandkids. He enjoyed fishing in a pond here in Nocatee, and it was within the community, and the HOA banned fishing. They put up signs and restricted it, so eliminated it. That's a con to him. I'm just saying that HOAs, you need to understand, when you move into a community, you're subject to the rules of the HOA. They have HOA boards. If you want to be on one, I'm sure you can try to get on one and affect the rules and whatnot. But yeah, when you move into a community, you need to be aware of the rules, the HOA, and occasionally those can change. It does happen. Okay, here's another one that my customer shared with me, and he lives in a gated community, but he said that he feels like some residents in Nocatee might have an air of exclusivity about them. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I guess that's not the norm, though. He told me most people in here are very friendly. They treat everybody with respect, and the help that works in here treat them with respect. And that's the thing. Everybody's got to be nice to everybody, no matter what. That's just the way it goes. Okay, here's another con. There's only a finite amount of retail space that is in here and that will ever be approved for retail. Over 60% of Nocatee is set aside for conservation and preservation, and they intend to keep it that way. They're going to control how much of this area gets developed for commercial space and retail space. So, if a business leaves, I'm sure there's another one that will move in to take its place, of course. Some of the medical buildings have retail space on the bottom floor. So there's, for instance, there's a Kookaburra coffee shop in the bottom of the Flagler Health System building. Imagine that, fantastic coffee shop at a health place. That's great, right? But like I said before, if you want a Home Depot or Ace Hardware, that type of thing, you will need to get in your car and go for a little drive. 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. Okay, this is another con. It's probably the last one, which is going to be, they don't really have in this Nocatee area public parks that have public tennis courts, public pickleball courts, public basketball courts, skateboard parks, that type of thing. I call it municipal facilities. Yes, there are facilities for the people of Nocatee, the residents of Nocatee, and Nocatee residents pay for those facilities, and I understand why it's restricted to them, because it's a deed restricted community. I get it. But if somebody lives in Ponte Vedra, not necessarily Nocatee, because Nocatee is a part of Ponte Vedra, and you're wanting those things, you would need to talk to, I guess you would need to try to, put something together to try to bring those into the community, because right now they just don't have them. So I hope you found this pros and cons video of Nocatee to be useful and insightful and helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me directly. My contact information is in the description below. We can always just schedule a Zoom call as well. If you have any comments, feel free to leave those below, and feel free to like this video. And if you would like to subscribe and learn more about the current market conditions and housing as I release new videos, and you can get notified, hit the subscription button. And remember, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to Jacksonville, or like today, Nocatee. And until next time, I hope to show you around town.